Hey guys, what's up? The watch this video here for Wednesday, October 14th, showing you the SPY. We had kind of a, I guess you'd call that maybe a reversal candle. The action today was absolutely horrible. And I'm going to show you the first two trades I took to show you what started my day off. Start with Jill, which was gapping up, had a big run all the way to $1.50 in pre-market, right? So it kind of had my attention. And I'm going to show you what it looked like. As it started to come back up here, I thought, and Jane pointed it out, I agreed with it, right? Through 110 is a red to green, and the high of day is just a nickel above. And the thinking is you get long at the red to green, probably going to break the high of day and squeeze. So get long at 110, it hits 115, which was the earlier high, and then didn't break the highs, which is always a warning sign, right? But I think if it breaks 115, we get a nice squeeze and I start my day off beautifully. Instead, keep in mind, these are 2-minute candles. It did this. I don't know where I got filled on the way down. I mean, once it started to come back down, I hit out, but probably, I don't know, maybe lost 8 cents on a few thousand shares. I mean, just, kind of a rug pull, though. It happened pretty quick, right? And then MDGS. Absolutely hate this stock, but let me go to 5s. You can kind of get a better view of it here. So it gaps up. And then tops out, let's see, tops out right here at 356. So keep that number in mind, 356, pulls back. You know what? I'm going to show you 2s. I think 2s gives maybe a better picture. Pulls back and then starts back up. Somebody in the room, don't even remember who it was, gave the idea second mouse through 350, right? I think if it breaks the half, again, we're going to light up the new highs ticker, 357, and maybe squeeze. This was sitting like right at pre-market highs. It was a daily chart that always gets slapped down, and I'd even said in pre-market, if this doesn't get slapped down, I guarantee shorts are going to pile into it because it always does. We might get a squeeze, right? So with all of that in mind, I love the second mouse through 350, thinking we're going to rip right through the high of day. I get long right here at 350, doesn't take out the high of day. I hold it for like a minute or two thinking, well, maybe just a little fake out and now it's going to go, and boom, another rug pull. I mean, the bottom just falls out. It doesn't look like a bottom falling out, but when you're in it from 350, it sure feels like it, right? So there's what I would call 2 rug pulls early on. And I ended up, I was actually dangerously close to my daily loss limit, which, by the way, I'm sticking to religiously if you watched what I did last Monday, right? Got dangerously close to that and then made back maybe 50% of my losses today. So still a red day, not proud of it, but nowhere near my daily loss limit, or which is way better than nowhere near 3.5 or 4 times whatever I did on a week ago Monday. Hang on a second here. All right, so I took a screenshot, and this is September 1st until and including today. So this was that ugly day last Monday, where I thought it was going to take me 2-3 weeks to recover, and I had recovered in probably 3 or 4 days, then grinding to new highs for the year again. But all of this was today. I just could never get anything going. And it was, the action was terrible. It felt like maybe all morning, nothing followed through. And then I thought, well, maybe the market's waiting, for the Apple event. And that ended up being kind of a boring event as well. And I just couldn't really find anything to trade. So not a good day for me, but, I've certainly had a lot worse. So one thing I would say, after seeing a lot of things setting up and then failing pretty quickly, one thing I would say, and this is speaking, I know I have members, chat room members and course takers that watch these watchlist videos, and I also have people, because this video is free for everyone, that aren't in our chat room. But speaking to the members in our chat room now, I would certainly say, listen to the market, right? Sometimes it can change on a dime, and today sure felt like the market completely changed from how great it's been, right? Even last Monday, it wasn't a terrible market. It was a terrible idiot at my keyboard, right? The market's been great. There's been so many small cap opportunities and so many great setups. But today literally felt like the market changed. So all I can say is, I'm still going to try the A+ setups. I'm going to cut my position size back. I'm going to sell more sooner if something's working for me, and really pay close attention to what the market is telling me. And I suggest you do the same. Having said all that, let's go into the watch list for tomorrow. SOS, nice breakout today and a strong close. So we're going to keep our eyes on that one. DPHC sold off again today, but then reverses and goes out at the highs. So it's kind of interesting tomorrow for a potential long. Weird stock though, and kind of a weird chart. But surf an inside day, but closing near its highs. Maybe through 950 tomorrow. We take out the highs from yesterday, which was 994. Certainly worth keeping an eye on. That's SURF, CBAT, CBAT. Gap down today and a nice strong reversal. You got a potential 2-day high break. 329 yesterday, 330 today. So certainly interesting over 330. We'll see what comes of it. CVV. I don't love this, but it had this massive move. Look, it was rolling over, and then today, all of a sudden, a green day. So not in love with that one. But it had such a big move like a week ago that I do want to watch it. MVIS had the gap up, started to roll over, and the next thing you know, it's turning right back up. So you have a couple catalysts tomorrow. Let's just say it opens where it closed today, 266. Today's high, 276, right there. Then 3 days ago, 289. Then the $3 area actually went to 304, and then this high over here. So you kind of have a stacked catalyst scenario, and it's holding up pretty well, right? So let's keep our eyes on MVIS, AEMD. Big breakout today and a fairly strong close. Holding up okay in after hours too, trading at 203 right now. BDR, probably my best call of the day. I called it on a buy zone pullback here. No, I'm sorry. I got confused with one from yesterday. I actually called it long. Let's switch to these five. No, let's go to fives. I called it long over this pretty clean setup, right? You kind of had this big pop, cup and handle, called it long over 144. Hit 145 and just went nuts. It happened during lunch, so I'm not sure. I know some people thanked me for it, so I know some of you got it, but that was a big move. Closing well off its highs, but doesn't cost me anything to put it on a chart, so I will. GameStop, GME just goes on watch. I don't like the action the last couple of days, got slapped down from its highs. What I'd like to see, you guys know me, right? I'd like to see a sideways move and then an afternoon high of day break. MGI, big move today. Certainly interesting over that 4 area, but it's also worth noting, big move today. I kind of missed an afternoon setup and that, kind of mad at myself for that. But CLVS, big volume, fairly strong close, pretty close to the highs. WIMI, now what I don't like about this one, you had this big move yesterday. 530 was the low, all the way to 820 was the high. That's a huge move. But if you look at where it closed today at 614, that's well off of yesterday's high. So, I would like this to be closer to yesterday's high. So, but it is, you could call it a quiet inside day. So maybe we get a 3rd day play in it. WWR just goes back on bounce watch. Had this massive move. Now you're like, 6 days in a row down, hitting 6 today. Right there in that, what we call the buy zone, right in the middle of the 8 and the 20. So certainly interesting as far as potential bounce tomorrow. And then lastly, PLL, which had a huge move back here and now a partial retracement also into that buy zone area, goes on bounce watch. And we'll add gappers to this list. Should be plenty to trade tomorrow. Man, I hope the action's better tomorrow than today. I'll see you guys in the chat room in the morning.